but some people's homes don't make them feel safe. And by home, I mean their body. They don't have a vessel that makes them feel like, I'm in a safe place.
Welcome to the Better Man Podcast with Ivan and Suman.
Welcome back to the Better Man Podcast. Happy New Year. We've been AWOL for a while, but we are back. We got a banger of an episode today. We're talking about trauma and trauma release, how emotions are trapped in the body, how the body keeps a record of every single thing that we do, and how the fascia and the muscles just store all sorts of memories there, like tension and stuff. And we both have body-based practices. We do a little bit of yoga, we do a little bit of calisthenics and working out, and I love using my foam roller. But trauma is a really, really deep topic, and it's definitely different for everybody. So me and Ivan are going to dive deep into this topic today. So what's coming up for you, brother, as we mention this topic?
Yeah, if you had your eyes closed and you were blindfolded, right? And someone opens the door to the room that you're in, and they approach and they put their hand on you, and you hold their hand, you're going to know who it is. That is muscle memory. That is hand memory. You see, your body is an extension of your mind. You could actually call your body the unconscious, because it operates in a completely unconscious and almost untouchable way, where I can't tell my body to die right now. I can try to stop my breath, but the only way to stop it would be to kill me. I would have to physically try to kill myself, because my body wouldn't be able to do it on its own. It won't stop. Tell your hair to stop growing right now. Tell your heart to stop beating. You can't. That's popular.
True, man. That's awesome. Yeah. I like the example that you gave of, like, we recognize, somebody's hand on us like that. It's very true. Like, we can oftentimes read someone's energy, and we know when we're in an environment, and we can just tell that when someone is close to us, even if we have like our eyes closed or something, we can notice, like, okay, this person is in my vicinity. They're in my space or my atmosphere. So yeah, I guess body workers, they understand that these locked memories are in the physical body, and it needs to go through this process of release. So there are many ways to do this. I love using bioenergetics as one of my tools, and I recently came across this technique of doing the cobra, like the yoga cobra back bend, but basically you keep your legs slightly up instead of placing them down. So there's a bit of tension and shakiness. The main thing here is you want to incorporate shaking into the body more, because shaking reintroduces the trauma. Because when we're scared, we shiver or we shake. It's an unconscious response that we have for fear or anxiety or stress even. So when we start shaking on purpose, it reintroduces the same traumatic feelings within. And then once those feelings come up, we can take care of them, and take care of them mafia style, in the sense of, like, we got to release that. We got to, we got to whack them out of us. We've got to shake it off, as Taylor Swift says. And we've got to be able to, take the different areas of the body where energy is stored, whether you're looking at the energetic system of Chinese medicine or the chakra system or pranic healing, whatever system that you're looking at, you understand that this energy signature is related in different parts of the body. So some people, maybe they're a singer and they haven't fully been able to access their throat chakra. They haven't fully been able to unlock that area. Maybe it's holding a lot of tension. So if you do singing exercises and naturally, one of the things is like touching your lips. Obviously, do this while washing your hands because, right now there's a lot of bacteria and stuff spreading. So, when you touch your lips, it unconsciously tells you to release your vagal tone. So your vagus nerve is the powerhouse nerve that touches most of your organs throughout your body, right? It's basically what gets you from fight or flight to rest and digest. So
What's that nerve called again?
The vagus nerve.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Like Las Vegas?
It's kind of, it's pronounced like that, spelled Vagus instead of Vagas. So basically, it's called the wanderer. So basically, Vegas means it's the wandering nerve. So it just wanders throughout your whole body, basically. That's why it's called the vagus. But yeah, when you touch your lips, right, I think this is why, it's so relaxing to make out with someone as well. It releases that vagus nerve muscle and you just melt, you relax, you let go in a sense. So you can do that through humming. That releases it. Splashing cold water on your face releases the tension and releases a lot of the stress from the face. Your face is the first thing that notices threats in an environment. That's why people they hold their face really angry or they squelch up their face. It tells the rest of the body that there's danger here. So if you can relax your face, girl, then it can travel to the rest of the body, essentially. Because a lot of the stress, when we overthink, it goes, all the energy up to the head. So if we can relax this whole area, even giving yourself a facial massage can really help to release some of that tension and that stored, trapped energy in the body.
Yeah. Yeah. We just need to take a moment to acknowledge everything that you just said. We're processing it. We're processing it. Okay. Everybody just take a deep breath and make it slow and release even slower. Most of us have not gone through, oh, I was raped as a kid. Oh, my mother and father were murdered when I was young and I had to take care of my two little siblings. It's not always like that, right? So that leads people to be like, oh, well, at least other people are suffering. At least other people are suffering more than me. I'm not even suffering. I'm suffering, but they're suffering more than me. So that's all right. But still, that doesn't seem right to me to say that. To say, oh, like if you tell me you're going through something, I'll be like, well, at least you're not going through this. It's like yeah,
it's
I know,
taking away from the pain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And see, because that's still, there's shame, there's guilt behind that phrase, that saying. We go through slow trauma. It's like putting 2 million in AT&T and they pay you money for holding onto their stock. And they pay you regularly. They pay you regularly. right? For a very long time. The same way, it's like a little pain here, little pain here, little pain here, little pain here, little pain here. And just for such a long time, it just builds up and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Yeah, it gets too much after some point. Yeah, totally, man.
So that's slow
It,
trauma. Most of us have that.
our body's like a home, so it stores. Sometimes we hoard things and we hoard memories. A lot of people hold grudges, they hoard memories. So you'll hoard a memory in your basement, maybe your root chakra. Let's use that analogy, right? Let's say you have like some guilt or shame that you've stored in the root, and you're harboring it in this home. But your home needs a makeover. Your home needs to heal and let go of the different stuff that you've been storing there from a long time, right? You have dust piling up, you have rust on the metal of the furniture in your home, and it piles up over time. So now we just have to clean it. And the way you clean it is you go to the basement first, and you work from top down, or sometimes even from the attic downwards. But it's all about like your connection to your home, because you still love your home, even though it's messy, even though there's some things around you can't find. You still love it because it's a place that where you live, and it makes you feel safe. But some people's homes don't make them feel safe, and by home I mean their body. They don't have a vessel that makes them feel like, I'm in a safe place. I can let go. I can fully unlock the frozen aspects of myself. So, a lot of people through trauma, like even the massive trauma or even minor trauma, as we were mentioning, it happens in the same way because the mind clumps everything in that one moment, in that one memory. Let's say, for example, a dog bit you as a kid. You remember not only the dog, but what shirt you were wearing, what the sky was, what color the sky was, what symbols you saw, the fact that your mother didn't rescue you. So later on, you have this idea of authority, like people in authority don't rescue me, and you become rebellious and you start being scared of every single time you see a dog. And every time you hear a bark, you get scared, right? It's like, that's how the mind works. It's weird. It just takes all the little instances of one memory and it clumps it together, and now it becomes like
It
PTSD,
becomes
right?
more memorable. It becomes more memorable.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you need to do is you need to replace your memories, right? Replace your relationship to those memories, right? So it's like always this is a really great question that I like to ask myself, right? Because anytime you're scared, you're nervous, right? Your heart starts beating faster, right? Every time you're nervous, your heart starts beating faster. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? What
I'm
are you
saying
doing?
bring the mic close to you because it's hard to hear. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 So your body, when it is in fear, it has to do. You find your feet are unbalanced. Your feet are unbalanced, right? Right. If you feel guilt, and you're like, oh, I don't know, like sort of like unpassionate, or you're feeling uncreative, right? Or you're feeling like shame of sexuality, you're gonna feel that in your hips. You're gonna have stiff hips, right? You're gonna have weak glutes. You're gonna have weak hamstrings, and it's gonna give you lower back pain. Straight up. And
Yeah.
that,
It affects the pelvis and the thrusting motion, right? So yeah, I had a practitioner tell me when we were working through the root, she told me to just simply thrust my hips, and that was such an awkward thing to like practice, but I eventually got it. Like
oh yeah,
when I
oh yeah.
when I started doing that, it was like, whoa, something released.
You just gotta dance like crazy, bro. You just gotta dance like
Yeah.
crazy, sexy. Do it in your room. Just fucking do it just for
So
fun.
true.
You just like, yeah,
Dance like a Spanish
just
person
sexy.
would in
Just
the
dance sexy.
nightclub.
Just dance sexy. Just dance sexy, bro. Just dance
Yeah.
sexy. Just dance sexy.
That's true. That's true.
And
And
then,
for the females, I think that even like twerking and things like that can actually access the sacral and the root.
yeah, that's why girls love shaking their ass.
Yeah, facts.
Okay,
Wow.
so the next, right? When your breathing is low, right? What does it have to do? It has to do with shame, right? So if you start to notice by now, we hold different emotions in different body parts, right? And even sometimes the overachiever. I know. We push the back out too much. It and it just it's too much because this area has to do with ego, right? It's crazy. This is the eye. This is the eye, right? But then
The
when we come to
sun,
the
the solar
heart,
plexus. Yeah.
when we come to the heart, it becomes community. It becomes community, right? And then you become universal. And then you become etherical. Like the more you go higher, you become bigger, you become more one with the things around you.
Yeah. It's like it's earth and then heaven up here. So it's like you got to merge heaven and earth essentially. Yeah. I like the idea that you talked about. The heart chakra representing community. I hadn't really thought about that, but it's so true. The heart is that connector. It's almost like the heart becomes the remote control where you can choose the different channels of things that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? As you're flexing over there. So this has become Mr. Olympia 2021. We have our contestant here, Mr. Alejandro Acosta, and he's here to tell you about the Mr. Olympia rules. Um, what you got to tell the people, bro? What you got to tell the people?
Hi, my name's Chet. I like Cheetos. I put them in my chicken nugget. It's called Tyson's chicken nuggets. That's all I eat. Tyson's chicken nuggets.
This is the best ad in the world. Bro, I'd buy that fucking product right now. That's interesting that you said this is the community and this is the universal. Like I sometimes figure out that, there's a specific voice for social media that we have, and we create our own like authentic voice for social media that certain people they just make it like some kind of a like not their unique selves, you know what I mean? Like when they're on social media, they do this thing where they're like, "Hey, I'm presenting this thing about this thing, and if you buy my product for $99.99, then what you can do is you can get your Amazon gift card here in
But
this." You know
it's
what I
because
mean?
these
And it's
people,
like
they feel like they're like, man, how do I say it? How do
it's
I
like a
say it?
wall. It's like
It
a
was just
fourth, not a
it was
fourth wall,
just
but
okay. Repeat just before what you ended. Repeat what you were saying.
I don't remember. I was playing a character. It was like, buy this thing for $99.99, and as you do this, you might get your Amazon gift card or something like that. That's what I said, I think.
For what?
But what I was saying is like people are inauthentic online. They're not their true
Oh,
self.
okay, I remember. Yeah. So
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
people, it's just they have a little bit more confidence because people aren't there, right?
Ooh, I
You're
get
not
you.
there. You're
Yeah,
not there to see people's reactions, and if they get hurt, well, who cares? They're over there.
yeah. Who cares? They're over
You're
there.
gonna come to my
They're all the
house,
way over
bitch.
there.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck out of here. Beat your ass. My dog will bite the fuck out of your balls.
yeah. This is the thing about like anonymity, like online. Like people don't want to use their real names and shit. Like they have a username. It's like Dragon Slayer 49 or whatever, like gamer tag or fucking like thing that people have. And that's okay, like that's fine, but at the same time it's like you start to take away from the real world and you start creating your own virtual world in a sense. And there's this huge split between what's happening in the real world and what's happening in that virtual world. Because social media is social, but a lot of people forget that fact. They just use it as media. They're just posting memes and shit, or they're posting like content on there, but it's not for a context.
For real, bro. Sometimes people just be putting like some one line thing. You're like, what the fuck? What the
Yeah.
fuck is this for? It's like for like two, 3 people. Like it's just like for them.
Yeah. Well, speaking of trauma and online, like, a lot of people, they trigger people's traumas online through their content.
True.
And I think
True.
any publicity is good publicity in a sense as well. Like if you get triggered by something online, it's probably going to catch your attention. And I think the reason that they buy is because we buy based on emotions and then justify using logic. So they get triggered, they're emotional, they're more likely to make a rash decision in that time. And so they might click buy, or they might send them like a complaint. They might like shout them out and give their opinion, whatever. It's still some kind of form of reaction rather than a genuine response or an action. A reaction is an action that happens again. Oh shit.
All right, look, this is how it goes. This is how it
Damn, a
goes.
reaction is coming back to an action.
All right, look, thoughts. Everything starts as a thought, right?
That's facts. That's a fact to it.
And then thoughts create images. Images create feelings and mood. Your mood, like if you ate some shit that fucked you up, like it's gonna affect your mood, which is gonna affect your decisions. And everybody knows your decisions are end up being your actions. Here's the part where people start hating on Gary Vee because of this. Watch. Because Gary Vee's telling you that your fucking actions are your results, and people are like, no, my results is because I'm oppressed. Ooh. He's like, bitch, I came from Russia and the Soviet. We snuck into America. My father started with nothing. I took his 3 million and I made it 60 million. It was just like, bruh, shit.
Yeah. And the fact that he had this like wine library idea, I love that shit, man. I love the fact that he made wine cool. Like he made wine colloquial and cool, and like he like explained like this wine, it tastes kind of like a custard pie with a little bit of cherry lettuce and like not cherry lettuce. I don't know what the fuck cherry lettuce is, but you know what I mean. Like this tastes kind of like, an elderflower smoothie or something. He'd say something like that, rather than like a lot of people, they're like, oh, this wine tastes kind of like, a Chardonnay from the 19th era, and like very pretentious, some bunch of bullshit,
Bro. I don't know what you're saying, but I guess I'll try.
I don't know what you're saying, but I'll try some of that. I was saying, like, how Gary Vee has like a wine library and he made it cool. He didn't make it like pretentious, like how wine people I'm saying, but like people who usually sell wine, they'll say like, oh, it tastes kind of like a cedarwood, like essence. They don't say like, yeah, this kind of like a Mountain Dew with like in a jacuzzi. Like they don't use like normal terms, like
Bro, you know what
like day-to-day terms.
That made me realize
What?
That sometimes when you sell something, put a story behind what you sell. Like if you go to like a boutique place, a boutique jewelry store, they got the fucking name of the person, where they're from, their history, different other.
It's like a museum.
A museum of you.
Damn.
So
Your brand is
we
your
buy
own
stories.
museum.
We buy stories. That's just plain and simple. We buy stories. We buy stories. That's
Bro,
all
my
you ever
story's a
bought.
comic book then.
That's all you ever bought. You bought a story. You had a vision. Oh, this is gonna be this. This is gonna do this. This is gonna do this. All right, this is gonna play like that. All right, boom. Okay, boom. All right, let's go.
And every story needs a villain, every story needs conflict, every story needs an ending and a middle and a beginning. So, who's your enemy? Let me ask the audience right now. Who is your biggest enemy? If your brand represents peace, your enemy's got to be war or like conflict in some way. It's got to be that. If people aren't buying your product and they're buying, let's say Nike or whatever, they spend money on a pair of shoes rather than pay for what you have, like fuck that. You know, who needs a pair of shoes to flex when you got your product, whatever you're good at? Like you gotta be your own Nike, you gotta be your own Versace, you gotta be your own Gucci. You
Ooh,
know what I mean? Like you've got to be able to bring your own essence and flavor to your brand because every man in it is a business, even when he says he's not. I heard this from Arash today in the Lions Den call. He said every man is a businessman, and then he slowed it down. Every man is a business, comma, man. And I was like, yeah, that's so true.
bruh, that's what Jay-Z
So
said.
yeah,
You never heard Jay-Z say? You heard him right. Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, he said that.
Yeah, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Oh shit, I think I did hear him say that once. Yeah, yeah. Was that in a song?
Nah, I think it was like on a red carpet interview or some shit.
Oh, okay. He says a lot of lit stuff. Like I love the "Don't go with the flow, be the flow." That's one of my top ones for my brand.
For real, bro. For real,
From
bro. For real, bro. For real. Cause I was like, some people navigate through the ocean like the fish, right? You're like,
yeah.
okay, great. I'm gonna do that, right? Why don't I instead be the moon? Because that controls the water.
Ooh,
Oh!
yeah. That's lit. That's lit. Bro, what is this? This is like, is this like an Aztec magic mic? Like, what is happening right now? Yo,
Bro, Aztec magic mark, bro. I think we just discovered a fucking niche, bro. We just who the fuck is
oh man, yo, why does it keep saying low battery for you, bro? What is that in the? Oh, you can't hear me, bro. Bro, why does it keep saying low battery in your background? Like, what is that?
bro? I don't even hear it anymore. It's a freaking
It's your water
fire
filtration
detector.
system?
Fire
Oh, okay.
detector.
Oh, damn. Okay. I
Bro,
see.
I got my gun, bro. I got my gun now, bro. That's just
Nice. Stay protected.
dope, bro. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's dope. I was like, my dad called me. He's like, "Yo, I'm here at this like gun shop here down by the road." I was like, boom. I drove here, right? And they were like, there's like hardly any guns in there. They only had a few, and I was like, nah. Like I was like, nah. They don't. They only had one gun that would be for me, but I thought it was like too much for what it was. And I was like, all right. So then I went to the place, to Cabela's. You saw the one where I was with the elephant. So that's like a fucking huge place, bro. When you come here, I'll take you there. It's freaking dope. It's really, really freaking amazing. And
Lit.
And basically, I told the guy, I was like, look, I'm getting my license. I want to get something like a 9mm. And he's like, all right, okay, I'll take you to the 9mm. He showed me his stuff, and I was like, okay, all right. I looked for probably at most a minute before I made my decision. I've just seen them, right? I was like, let me see this one, right? Pulls it out. It's the perfect one for me. It has, so in the magazine, which is where you put the bullets in and you slide into the gun,
Mm.
it has 15. You fit 15 in each magazine. I wanted that. I wanted it to be able to have one that had like multiple in it, because I don't have to reload so much with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
That's lit.
it just ended up being the perfect gun. It just ended up being the perfect gun.
Nice.
And I remember when the guy I got it, he was like, he told me where it's from, he told me who made it, he told me where they're based. And I was like, and like it's the story, and I was like, yo, okay, that sounds fucking nice. And I was paying, and this guy was like, yo, I'm glad you're getting it, because I was watching that gun and I was gonna buy it, and I already have too many guns. Because he works there, he sees the guns when they arrive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, even that has a story, man. That's really interesting.
All of them are traced.
Yeah.
Everything's traced back to you. So when you buy it, they do they
They take your
gotta
social security and stuff.
and you take your license, your license, and yeah, it's connected to your social.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if it's connected, but it's connected to your identity.
Yeah.
And it's like it's you. You can't buy one for somebody else. You know what I mean? It's got to be like yours.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Of course, like if you come to the house, I can obviously let you borrow it. Like that's not against the law.
Yeah.
You just can't own it. You know, it can't be yours.
Right. It can't be possessed by you in a sense. Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Possessed.
Ooh. Yeah. It's like a spirit, like a weapon spirit. Yeah.
The spirit of possession.
Why do they always have ghosts that sound like that, like high pitched?
Because that's how you reach the higher levels of here.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. But like every ghost, like Casper, like all these little ghosts, like they always have high pitched voices. Like
I'm the little girl in the basement.
and I think the deeper the voice goes, it's more like a demon, a vampire, a ghoul, you would say, rather than a ghost. That just sounds like an ape, bro. It's straight up.
It sounds like what?
An ape, like a, yeah, exactly. Like a Neanderthal. So you just look like you're having a trauma release right there, bro. Straight up.
All right, we should wrap it up with some trauma release, breath work, right? All right, let me see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Everybody get up. I'm gonna guide y'all through this shit. Watch. I'm gonna do it from over here.
All right, I'm gonna do it as well.
I will always love you. Yes. Okay.
Oh, I need some space.
Okay. Move your arms. Big circles. Back. And having a wide leg stance. Having a wide base. Right? Don't force it. Don't force it. Don't force it. Just let it flow on its own. Really big, really, really big, really, really big. Breathe in deep. Breathe it in for 4 seconds. Holding it, hold it. Leaning back a little bit and release the air. Lean back and flex your abs. Flex your abs. And breathe in, breathe like me. Look, check it. It's different. Right? This one is like, and right, it's out. Try to be more. So one leg is still. It's like that, right? You squat really low. Squat lower. I'm trying not to break these pants. Woo! Okay. Now, you're gonna breathe in, but as you're doing this, you need to breathe in from the bottom of your feet. Right? Breathe in from the bottom of your feet. And open up your whole back. Open up your whole spine. Open up your lower back, your lower spine. And build the bridge. Build it vertebrae by vertebrae. You can clench your perineum, your balls, your penis, your vagina. You can flex it and flex your feet. Grab on to the ground and breathe in. As you're back. And when you breathe out, let it leave through the top of your head or wherever it leaves from. But breathing in from the ground. Woo! You gotta give it that stop. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow. That was wild, bro.
Let me see. How you feel? How you feel?
Activated.
Ah, yeah, you know, you just feel like a chill vibe, right?
Yeah, it's like relaxed, but then also very energized. Like all this whole area, like the whole channel is like buzzing.
Ooh. Ooh.
It reminds you of like the fact that you're actually an animal, you know? Like we are animals. We're mammals.
Damn, well, that's great. That's pretty awesome. Let's do more of these. I want to say, everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm happy I was able to give you me, and I'm very happy that there's somebody who wants to accept me as me. Me as me just as I am. That is only who I am. That's who I only can be.
The dogs in the background here agree with you, bro.
Have a peaceful night. Have a peaceful day. Bye.
Blessings. Peace, peace.
If you would like to contact Sumed for peak performance coaching, go to @FlowZone Academy on Instagram. That's FLOZONE Academy. If you would like to connect to your higher self, contact Ivan at odd.resilience. That's ODD.resilience. Also, make sure you follow the Better Man podcast on Instagram. See you next time.